couple of weeks back, I was brainstorming for this project, but the problem is my brain could not come up with anything. So I had to pick on my mom's brain and ask her about our family traditions, and she came up with all sorts of traditions that I completely forgot about. Because number one, I don't really have a great memory, and number two, we just don't practice most of them anymore. But there was one tradition which was and most probably the only one still running today, and it is most certainly very close to my heart. It takes place during the first day of Raya, right after Raya prayers. Some of you might know that before we actually celebrate Raya, we have to go to the mosque to pray. Only then we continue our journey to visit family and friends. However, for our family, food always comes first. So after we pray, we take out all our dishes back from home and lay it down on the mat. We then sit down in a huge circle and start feasting on our food. Basically, what I'm going to be sharing with you finally today is how this food tradition has grown from years and years back up until today, and my take on what it will be like in the future. This is my story. I'm taking all of you back to the past, and we're traveling to Singapore. Let's go. So we're departing from Kuala Lumpur to Singapore by car. We're going on a road trip, and it takes about 5 hours. So on the last day of Ramadan and before the first day of Raya, we would help out in the backyard kitchen where we would always cook Raya food, such as sambal goreng, ketupat, rendang, opor, and all sorts of food that we know. And we will pack it up, get ready to pray in the masjid in like 6 in the morning, and then after we pray, we would sit down in a circle, we'd sit down in a long line and eat together. So in the past, where my mom and my cousins used to live very close to each other and very close to the masjid, the Kampung Pasran Masjid, so they would bring their huge dish to the masjid, and if it could not finish in the masjid, then we would bring it to our home and share it amongst our family, and we would eat it. Finish, definitely. So this tradition really brings the community together, and it strengthens the bond in our family, in the community in the masjid as far as possible through food, through eating food that we love. I'm taking all of you back to Singapore, and this time we're taking the plane. Let's go. We are departing from Kuala Lumpur to Singapore by plane, and it takes just about 1 hour. So we're going back to our backyard kitchen. We are still cooking there nowadays. But the only difference about this tradition is that the masjid also brings in the food and drinks such as teh tarik, the best teh tarik you could ever have. And then so this practice of expanding the food brings a lot of people in the masjid. The amount of people that is going to pray for the Raya prayers expands every single year. It's nice to have a lot of people in the morning bringing happy vibes. We now live far away from each other, far away from the masjid in fact, but we still bring small amounts of food. Everyone brings small amounts of food, and then sometimes it also doesn't get finished. Of course, we would bring it home. The increase in the people that is coming to the masjid, the Kampung Pasran Mosque, increases the noise, and it also increases the memories. Therefore, it results in this. In the future, people would eventually pass away, but that would not stop me from stopping this tradition because it's very close to my heart, and I would love to pass it on generations and generations intact. Hari Raya is a celebration where I look forward to every year, especially in the masjid, and I would not imagine it to die. Dihiasi indah senyum sehingga telinga. Oh yeah. Tunggu kekasih. 1, 2, 3.